International basketball governing body FIBA have approved a proposal that overturns a ban on head coverings. Now, previously, all headgear, including the hijab, was banned from the sport, with FIBA citing concerns about the risk of injury to other players. However, the federation has made a U-turn and on Thursday ratified a new rule that will allow players to wear headgear, a rule that will come into force on October the 1st. So, under the new rule, headgear must meet certain criteria to be allowed in the competition. Now, it has to be black or white or of the same dominant colour of the uniform. It has to be the same colour for all players on the team, and it can't cover any part of the face. Headgear can't be dangerous to the player wearing it or to the other players. It can't have any opening or closing elements around the face or neck, and it can't have any parts protruding from its surface. So you have to agree it's a breakthrough moment for women in basketball. And joining me to discuss this decision is the sports writer Shireen Ahmed. Shireen, thank you very much for coming on Beyond the Game. Now, obviously, this is a huge and positive step forward. Can you tell me about the significance of this rule change?
Hi, Samantha. Definitely, it's a huge deal for not just Muslim women, but Sikh men and Jewish men, both whom wear either a turban or a kippah. And this essentially will change the trajectory of basketball, in my opinion, because it's far more inclusive than it was previously.
I mean, how will this new rule now, how would it affect Muslim countries? You know, you have young girls wanting to play sport, but they might feel a bit held back because, you know what, I'm not allowed to wear something that is culturally mine.
Absolutely, and I think that the most important thing to recognize is that one of the biggest hurdles for young Muslim women is equipment, is uniform, accommodation. It prevents them. This will essentially give them a sense of, you know, we have always belonged on the court, but now we can actually participate in this game that we love so much. And in terms of what it'll look like, I mean, just a couple of years ago, the Qatari basketball team was ejected and dismissed, and they ended up leaving the tournament at the Asian Games in Incheon. And I think this is really important because it changes not only people's perception of what Muslim women can do, which is often misguided, particularly in sport, but it helps reshape what we think basketball should look like. And that's really important because representation really matters.
Well, when it comes to FIBA, do you personally feel like FIBA took so long to get to this decision because they just didn't understand or know how to deal with certain cultural issues? It's not so black and white, is it?
No, it's not. And in addition to not understanding, I don't think this issue was of prime importance until the players themselves and advocates started really coming forward and wanting and demanding change. And the young women who are at the helm of this, like Indira Kalyo, Bilkis Abdul Qadir, I mean, not in addition to being athletes, they were forced to be sports activists as well. And not only fighting to be good basketball players, they had to fight for the right to actually play, which is exhausting and draining and really unfair when you think about it. So FIBA, in my opinion, didn't handle this well, considering they postponed the decision from August to January and now to May. And this has been going on for years. So I hope the players get closure. I hope they feel positive, but it's been a long time. It's been a tough ride. It's
been a tough ride, but you're finally here. You finally got it. But another question outside of sport. Do you feel that perceptions are actually changing about wearing the hijab?
Well, I hope so. And I think it's very important to remember that in all places, it's not the case that women get to choose their headscarves. In some places, they have to cover while playing. But in a lot of places, they don't. And every Muslim woman's story is different. Every Muslim athlete's story is different. And we have to remember this. And I hope moving forward, people see this, that we need to support women's choices and what they want to do. If they want to wear shorts, that's fine. If they want to wear a hijab, that is fine too.
Brilliant. Shireen, thank you so much for coming on to Beyond the Game.